Hello, let's have a look at the Victorinox evowood 17. In my opinion, this is quite a nice knife. I think so because, well, the scales are actually made out of walnut. And if you can't already tell, I quite like wooden products. If you don't know what the scales are on a knife, it's the handles, it's these part here. Now, another thing that makes this one interesting is it's actually a mixture between Victorinox and Wenger tools, or the design of their tools. If you aren't aware, Victorinox now owns Wenger. Wenger was another Swiss Army knife company, but they were bought over by Victorinox. I'm not really sure in the history behind that. That's my understanding of it so far. But these are manufactured by Victorinox with both Victorinox and Wenger style tools. Now the handle shape, this is the, like I said, Evo wood. The other versions is Evo grip, which is plastic handles with rubber inlays, and those usually come in red or orange. And as far as I'm aware, they don't do any other woods other than walnut. But we're going to have a look at the tools on this knife, and we're going to compare it to three other knives I have here: a Victorinox Spartan, a Victorinox Compact, and the Wenger Commander, just so we can see the differences in tools, so we can distinguish between Wenger tools and Victorinox tools. So let's start off with the blade. Now this is actually the Wenger style blade, and I dare say I like this more than the Victorinox style blade. Now, a few observations: this blade is thinner than most Victorinox knives, I believe. Now, I may be wrong because they do different sizes of knives which all have different thicknesses of blades. But because this is a thinner blade, it can get much sharper. And one thing I've noticed is there's much more of a belly to this knife over the Victorinox models, and I'll just show you just now. As you can see, this one here is much more straight opposed to this one, which is much more curved. The curve is what I'm talking about when I say a belly. Can you see that there? This also has a file on it and a nail cleaner. Now I'm not sure which style nail file they're copying. I'm just going to assume it's the Wenger because I don't actually have a Victorinox with a nail cleaner on it, or at least not of this size. The only ones with nail cleaners I have on them is the SD Classics. Now these, I believe, are the Wenger scissors. I don't know how many variations of the scissors Wenger done, because I've only ever had one Wenger, and that's this Wenger Commander, and it doesn't have scissors. But I can compare it to Victorinox scissors. So you can see the spring is totally different. I don't actually know how that works, but it's a good idea because this is less likely to break over this. It looks like a much stronger design, and I have had the scissors go over the spring on a Victorinox, but mind you, that's only on one of the tools that I owned. These don't open as wide either. This is as wide as this will go. With the Victorinox, you can open them a lot wider. Now, I do also have a couple complaints about this. It's not very often that I'll complain about the Swiss Army knife. I absolutely love them. I'll be honest, I really am a Victorinox fanboy. But if we look closely, if the camera will focus, which I don't think it will. Okay, that'll have to do. Can you see that? We've got serrations on this knife, or sorry, on these scissors. Why on earth would you put serrations on scissors? That doesn't really make any sense to me whatsoever. There's two problems with that. One, it makes it cut horribly, and two, well, you can't sharpen them. Now, I've never sharpened scissors before, but you know, any blade you should be able to resharpen. I don't see how it would be possible to resharpen these. And like I said, they're terrible at cutting. I've tried cutting paper with it and it does a horrible job. It won't even cut. Same with paracord. It doesn't cut paracord well, and it doesn't cut, you know, fingernails very well. And those are the things that you want to be able to cut with scissors like this. And if it can't do that, then it's kind of pointless. Now, another complaint I have is when you use the scissors, can you see this piece here moving? Why does it do that? That's just strange. We see on the Victorinox that doesn't happen. The next tool on this is a wood saw, and these are pretty much the exact same as on most Victorinox knives, so I'm assuming this is a Victorinox saw, although I've never seen a Wenger saw before, so I don't know. Now, the bottle opener, this is definitely a Wenger bottle opener. Just show you that now. You can see the similarities. This is obviously much older because it still has the patent writing on it. I don't actually know how old this Wenger Commander is. I'm assuming it's from the 80s or 90s. These don't stop at this angle, unlike the Victorinox. Which to me, this is a funny thing to do, because I think with the Victorinox bottle openers, they're a lot more practical because they actually stay at this angle. There is a snap for this angle, and this just looks like a much better screwdriver. The next tool is the can opener. Now, if you notice something here, when I closed the saw, I didn't close properly. There we are. This is the Victorinox can opener, as we see here on the Spartan. And we'll just compare it to the Wenger. So a massive difference in the can opener. Now, to me, Victorinox does some of the best can openers on any multi-tool. They're probably my favourite, although I do really like the design on these Wengers. Now, I do say that they both have their pros and cons. The Victorinox can opener also has a screwdriver on the tip. And I recently saw on a Facebook post about these, you can actually use this can opener as an orange peeler. I didn't actually know that. So this actually serves three purposes. So that's 3 tools in one, so it's also a combo tool. This is only designed as a can opener from what I believe. However, because that's got such a point to it, you could do draw cuts with it. So that would be a good box opener. And the only other tools on this is a corkscrew and an awl, brad ream or punch, whatever you want to call it. And this is of the Victorinox design. As compared to the Spartan. Here we have on the Wenger Commander. Now I'll just compare the corkscrew, although I can't tell the difference between this and the one on the Victorinox Spartan or the Wenger Commander. I can't really see much of a difference. They all look the exact same to me. There is no scale tools on this. I don't know why they don't do scale tools on the wood models. It would be nice if they did. Then again, maybe it's just because the tool sticking out, the scale tools would look horrible on the wood. I don't know why they didn't do it. I think that's the case for all the wood models. I'm pretty sure you can get this exact same model in well, the Evo Grip instead of the evowood. But I really do enjoy this knife. I've not really used it, but it is a really nice looking knife with it being walnut. And it looks really, really nice with the steel on this knife, with it being highly polished. You know, wood with highly polished steel does look really nice. And if you're like me and you quite like, you know, the natural material, you like the wood, like the pattern of the wood, this is a really good knife. So that's all I've got to say. If you like this, please comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.